Remembering is dangerous. I find the past such a worrying, anxious little place. The past tense, I suppose you call it. One moment you're lost in a carnival of delight filled with the poignant aromas of childhood, the flashing neon of puberty, all that sentimental candy floss. The next it leads you somewhere you don't want to go, somewhere dark and cold, filled with the damp, ambiguous shapes of things you'd hope were forgotten. Memories can be vile, repulsive little brutes. Like children, I suppose, but can we live without them? Memories are what our reason is based upon. If we cannot face them, we deny reason itself! Although, why not? We aren't contractually tied down to rationality. There is no sanity clause! So the next time you find yourself locked onto an unpleasant train of thought, headed for the places in your past where the screaming is unbearable, just remember, there's always madness. You can just step outside and close the door on all those terrible things that happen to you. You can lock them away. Madness is the emergency exit.
What's up, guys? My name is Steven, and I've been bringing my thoughts on Batman the Killing Joke. For those of you who don't know, Batman the Killing Joke is an animated adaptation of Alan Moore's classic graphic novel, which honestly is one of my favorite comic books. And ultimately, it is the origin story of the Joker. It shows how Joker went from being a comedian to the maniacal maniac we know as probably the greatest comic book villain of all time, or at least the most well-known. Guys, I've been excited about this since the day it was announced, especially when they announced that they got a lot of the voice talent from Batman the Animated Series. Tara Strong as Batgirl, Kevin Conroy as Batman, and most important, Mark Hamill, that's right, Luke Skywalker as the Joker. Vows never to turn to the dark side, becomes the most evil human being on the planet. So without any further ado, I'm going to give you what I like, I'm going to give you what I hate, and I'm going to tell you ultimately what I thought about Batman the Killing Joke. No spoilers as always, except for one section towards the end of this video. I'll let you guys know when it's coming. So as always, let's start off with the good stuff. The voice cast is amazing! Tara Strong as Batgirl, always a pleasure to hear. She has been like a goddess amongst voice actresses. I mean, like, she did Omi from Shaolin Showdown, which none of you remember, but I do, and that's all that matters. She did Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls, Timmy Turner, Ben 10, just so many different voices, and she's great as Batgirl once again. Kevin Conroy as Batman he is the Batman in my opinion. People always argue about, oh, Keaton, Bale, Affleck, guys, Conroy. I get it, it's animated, I get it, but at the same time, hear his voice, look up any clip on YouTube. If you hear that voice, you think Batman. I think nothing else, and as always, he shines in this role. And of course, I can't forget but mention Mark Hamill as the Joker. Guys, I love the Joker as a character. I've loved the comics for a while. I love pretty much every interpretation of this character. We'll see how Jared Leto does next week. I'm curious, to say the least. But guys, so far every interpretation of the Joker has been great, and really you can pick and choose your favorite, but guys, Mark Hamill for me is the Joker. Whenever I read a comic book now, I hear his voice in my head, especially when I was reading The Killing Joke. And guys, he delivers these iconic lines so well. You can tell that he cares about the source material just as much as we do as an audience, and that he was just excited about bringing it to life as we were to see it. And honestly, he does amazing. This is exactly what I wanted to hear. He does some things in the Killing Joke graphic novel that if you guys know about, yes, they happen in this movie, and oh my god, it's really hard to watch, and I'm like, Mark Hamill, how are you saying these lines right now? But it is still so just interesting and dark and diabolical to watch. Also, I'll say the animation for the most part, really well handled. They changed the art style a little bit, but all the costumes look exactly the same. The background imagery looks exactly the same from the comics. And with that, let's transfer over into the negatives of this movie. I really didn't have too many problems with this. Honestly, I really enjoyed my time with this movie, but at the same time, there is one particular thing they do that I feel like myself and a lot of fans did not like, and that is the fact that they added kind of an entire first act. It might have been 10, 15, 30 minutes. I'm not sure. All I know is I didn't like it. It focuses on Batgirl as a character, and I love Batgirl as a character. Barbara Gordon is one of my favorite female protagonists in anything. I love the New 52 run on Batgirl. At the same time, they do some certain things with her character that just, I felt like weren't necessary. But pretty much after her little story segment is done, I didn't have any problems with the movie. Now guys, with that, I'm getting into spoilers now, and there is just one thing I need to talk about. I need to get it off my chest, and I cannot go this entire review without saying it. So this little thing is gonna be right here. When that is gone, you can put your earbuds back in, you can unplug your ears, whatever the heck you're doing. But yes, this means spoilers. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go! Okay, Batman and Batgirl have sex. What? In the beginning first act, they add this weird tension between Batman and Batgirl where Batgirl is like pining over Batman essentially, and it just, for me, kind of diminished her character. Barbara Gordon as a character for me should be defined by her actions, by what she does, not by the men in her life. And guys, Nightwing, who used to be Robin, is really considered to be Batman's son in a lot of ways. Batgirl and Nightwing have had many on and off romances. So you're telling me Batman would have sex with his son's girlfriend? That's the equivalent. It's just creepy. To my knowledge, it's never happened in the comics. I know that it was hinted at a few times in the animated series. Yes, I know my stuff before all you nerds get mad. And I know why they did it, because when Barbara Gordon gets shot and paralyzed in this movie, yeah, they want you to care more if you haven't read the graphic novel, but at the same time, we should care because Barbara Gordon is a person who something bad has happened to. We should care because it's Batgirl. We shouldn't care because, oh, that's the chick that Batman got it on with about 20 minutes ago. And it's just like whenever I saw Batman in a room with Barbara Gordon after that, it just, I kept thinking about it. Okay guys, with that, spoiler warning is gone. Hello! But guys, ultimately, just the first 20 minutes are really my only big problem with The Killing Joke. Other than that, I had a really good time with this movie. Is it the most perfect adaptation of the graphic novel we could possibly get? Probably not. But guys, I got to hear Mark Hamill do the Joker in all of its glory. I got to hear Kevin Conroy as Batman against the Joker. I got to hear all these amazing voices and see it play out in animation like I've wanted to for a few years. I really had a good time with it. In the meantime though, if you're a major fan of The Killing Joke, you've probably already seen this movie. If you're not, I would recommend reading the graphic novel first. That is the ultimate experience. It is a great story. It's a very short story, but guys, you can get it on Amazon for like 15 bucks now. It's totally worth it. But all of that is just my opinion. What did you guys think of The Killing Joke? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Whatever it is, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And while you're down there, you can like this video, subscribe, maybe even share it if you want to. And also guys, I know I don't do this most of the time, but guys, I made a video last week with my friend Candace. We reviewed Independence Day Resurgence. I really thought it was funny. If you guys want to see that, it's down here in the description. I would really be happy if you guys check that out. It's my favorite video I've made so far, and I really liked it, and I would really appreciate it if you guys checked it out. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll be back to you with some nerdy news sometime soon. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!